then Stanojković, Simonovski, Kanatlarovski, Babunski, Naјdоски, Avramовски, Симовски, Панчев, Савевски, and Георгиевски. And on the bench, Lazarov, Filipov, Markovski, Trajčevski, and Џипунов. So missing is their suspended sweeper, Čedo Janevski, for Vardar Skopje, and what an uphill task they have. 3-0 in the first leg. Porto the winners, and understandably 15,000 fans turning up at the Gradski stadium. Porto, Mlinarczyk, Polish international in goal. Number 2, Jean Pinto. Number 3, Augusto Inácio. Number 4, Geraldão, the Brazilian. Number 5, Celso, another Brazilian. Eduardo Luiz, number 6. Number 7, Jaime Magalhães. Number 8, Majer. Number 9, Barros. Number 10, Sousa. And number 11, André. On the bench is Fernando Gomes, among the others. At number 15, twice, former winner of the Golden Boot for being Europe's top scorer. A lot of people still underrate this Porto side, despite their celebrated victory in the European Cup final last May against Bayern Munich. What a splendid victory it was, but it really is a star-filled outfit. Recognizable now in their familiar blue and white stripes, and tonight attacking the goal to our left, to our right, rather, in the first half. Forward by Simonovski, finding Stanojković. And Vardar looking for their first victory in the European Champions Cup. This is their first participation in it. They have been in the Cup Winners' Cup once, the UEFA Cup once, but in neither with any great deal of success. In the Porto lineup, we have 8 World Cup players who were in Mexico for the World Cup, including a couple of them on the bench. And one of them, the Polish international Józef Mlinarczyk, in between the posts for Porto. This is Babunski, the midfield general for Vardar. And the sweeper is Naјdоски. Forward it goes by Simonovski, not finding his man. Really, Porto can expect to bide their time, spreading the ball about in the middle of the park, keeping possession. And here is Celso, one of the stars of the European Cup final, now joined at the back of the center of defense by another Brazilian, Geraldão, signed from Cruzeiro. And Geraldão, of course, was part of the Brazilian outfit that toured Europe midway through this year and toured it quite successfully. Majer will not get the throw. It'll be Savevski to take it very quickly. Back to Naјdоски and across to Simonovski. Now, Канатларовски. And a foul by Eduardo Luiz on Pánčev, Darko Pánčev, the number 9, whom you'll recall on that very successful tour of Australia by Vardar in the summer. The big crowds that they brought in, and mainly because of that man. As talented as he is. Oh, that's a great header. Good header by Simonovski. Deep cross coming in from Stanojković. The header was glanced on, in fact, by Avramowski. But Mlinarczyk right there. And, Andon Dончевски, Vardar manager, on the bench. Who would envy him tonight? Stanojković. And for Babunski. Now Simowski. Babunski again. Stanojković. Away by Geraldin. And forward by Inacio. Borash is away. And so is Majer. Forced into a corner. And forced to give it away. And Savevski with a beautiful ball for Pančev. More trouble for Porto off the bar. With a pass back by Eduardo Luis. Sending rumbles around the stadium, because that so easily could have been number one on the fight back for Vardar. Eduardo Luis, not knowing quite what to do, tried to clear it, didn't get enough power behind it. And Paolo Bergamo, the Italian referee, would so easily have been whistling for the first goal of the game. From Avramowski. Not quite getting enough power. Forward by Celso. Simonovski. Babunski. Dispossessed. And away goes Porto. A chance by Jaime Magalhães. And it was Barros who released him. And not far away either. So after the early adventure from the home side, it's Porto who are putting the pressure on. Sousa. Canatlarovski takes possession. Good work by Vardar. I'm not sure whether that was meant to be a dummy by Savevski. Didn't come off. Gheorghievski was coming across to pick up the ball. Simonovski with the throw. And the foul by Grant Pellister in second division to take the free kick. And it's cleared for a throw. Simonovski. Series of 1-2s by Vardar. Finally away by Celso. But not far enough. Simonovski. And this is gone for a Vardar kick again. Paolo Bergamo. 44-year-old insurance man from Livorno, and really an excellent referee. Savevski. Header across. And the pressure is what we're seeing from Vardar once again. The pressure in itself is not enough. Canatlarovski, the man missing out. 34 years of age, Josef Linarczyk, and a veteran of 2 World Cups for Poland. He was part of that marvellous team that played in the European Cup final against Bayern Munich. Now Pančev, and not far behind the shot. Didn't hit it right. He knows it. again and against Magyar. First leg, a 3-0 victory in Porto in front of a rather larger crowd than we've got tonight. 60,000 fans. Magyar scoring a goal in each half, both of them with headers. And Sousa hitting one with a free kick. Now it's Porto on the way again. Pinto. And Pinto goes down. Simonovski bringing him down. And Porto will have a free kick. And they have a couple of specialists in free kick taking. That one's curled in by Celso. Magyar went up for it. And again the whistle, this time for a foul on a Vardar player. Was it? Oh, indeed. I think it's given it the other way, and Pančev gave him a piece of his mind. And now he's going to get a booking. That for Pančev, the 22-year-old and very celebrated skipper of Vardar Skopje. Celso over the ball. Magyar. Inacio giving it away to Stanojković. Simonovski. And away goes Porto again. Rui Barros chipping it. And Magyar is ruled to have been offside. By Savevski, Babunski, Sимовски, Sимовски again. Stanojković, and a cutback is not too bad. Good shot by Gеоргиевски. A good save. Still Vardar coming forward. That was Simonovski denied. And Porto having some problems getting away. Have a look at that effort by Gеоргиевски again. A good save. In fact, with the knee from Linarczyk. Kanatlarovski. Naјдоски. Бабунски. Celso. Good anticipation. Simonovski. Stanojković into the path of Pанчев. Well, that's where it was meant. Vardar again. Bабунски. Lots of space. Савевски. Георгиевски. Geraldin making the mistake. Kanatlarovski. Porto managing to bring it away, and a very late challenge on Rui Barros. this game. Tomислав Ivić, of course, a visitor to this stadium many a time. Magalhães inside, away by Stanojković. And again by Simonovski. And it'll be a throw. Tomислав Ivić, of course, the long-time manager of Hajduk Split, or lately of Avellino in Italy, and took this job when Arthur Jorge rather surprisingly quit after winning the European Cup to join Racing Paris. And Geraldin, one of the Brazilians, one of his signings. But of course Porto have lost Putre, their most important loss in many a time. They do have a fine squad at the moment, which is quite capable of winning the European Cup a second time. They've also lost the Brazilian Casagrande, who didn't play in the European Cup final. Pančев trying to curl it on towards Gheorghievski. Now Sousa. Majer operating on the left. Sousa turns nicely in, and what a brilliant goal. Great goal by Sousa, exemplifying again the large amount of skill that is at the disposal of this team. Porto sending his defender the wrong way and then cracking it with the left and really into the short corner. So it really will be a very handy lead for Porto to go into the second half with. The away goal registered. And Tomислав Ivić, their manager, happy to big sigh of relief. But it's Vardar back, putting some pressure on. This is Simonovski. And there is the whistle for the break. So it's a long, long way back for Vardar Skopje as we get the second half underway with the all red strip of the home side attacking the goal to our right. 45 minutes in which Vardar has to score 5 goals in fact, and it begins with a rather nasty foul on the substitute Џипунов, who has come on in place of Tony Savevski during the break. Very quickly back when the opposing team goes on the attack. And that's forward by Eduardo Luis. Is Celso. Magalhães. With Majer dropping back. Out of play. So the score remains 1-0 to Porto and 4-0 to the Portuguese, to the visiting side on aggregate. Geraldin, forward by Sousa. Again the long one, this time red by Simonovski. Nicely feeding Magalhães. Little nutmeg there, but there was a man sweeping behind in Simonovski. Quickly released. Џипунов. Nice work. And wasted chance for Џипунов. Chance made by himself, for himself. Couple of players on the bench for Porto. Fernando Gomes, whom we've mentioned, and Jaime Pacheco, also Portuguese internationals and indeed World Cup squad members. Referee says no foul. Now Stanojković. Simonovski. This is a nice break by Porto. Majer with a cross in and a great goal. Great goal by Magalhães. So, in fact, Sousa scoring the first goal, Magalhães the second. Both gems of the highest quality. This is a beautiful cross, and I suppose one has to confess with Vardar's commitment to attack, Magalhães was a little bit left alone, but he executed it leapily. And now it's 2-0 to the Portuguese holders of the European Cup. Not champions, by the way. Benfica qualified through that honour. Portugal having two teams in the Champions Cup this season, and two teams surviving by the look of it for the second round. Of course, Benfica already having survived by virtue of having had their opponents in the first round disqualified. Partizani Tirana of Albania causing a bit of bother over in Lisbon in the first leg, which Benfica won 4-0 anyway, and Partizan disqualified. In the meantime, Vardar, as we also mentioned, trying to enjoy as much as they can their rather fortunate foray into the European Champions Cup, getting in there by default. And now away goes Majer, and he's going to put it away. 3-0. Absolutely deadly Majer was, as he pounced on the ball. And good work too by the goalkeeper. A lot of the credit must go to him. With that long kick, Majer sprinting away from his marker, who was Simowski, the man visibly troubled by a thigh injury. And Majer goes into the record books again, scoring 3 goals now in 2 matches of this season's Champions Cup. Not to forget his fine record in last season's, including the most memorable of goals in the European Cup final. Tomislav Ivić would dearly like to see that sort of run in the European Cup repeated, and that's the yardstick by which Porto will be measured this season. And Tomislav Ivic's side has not let the fans down. 6-0 on aggregate. They lead now in the first round of the cup they're defending against Vardar Skopje. Some soul-searching needed for Vardar after this. They will rarely get an opportunity like this again unless a great deal of improvement is made before they can be considered ready for Europe. Stanojković made the run. So with Real Madrid meeting Napoli in the first round, Porto's odds of winning the European Cup are shortened once again because they are through and either Real Madrid or Napoli will be through in the second round. And I dare say that a couple of big ones might just fall. Dinamo Kiev or Glasgow Rangers certainly will. And Porto will have an easier task ahead. But an easy game really for Paolo Bergamo. And there is the triple whistle to end the game and to end this rather short run by Vardar in the European Cup.